You're there. Where's Danny? God desires the pure and sincere, hence I inquire which art thou. Sacrifice an angel. If thou art someone that seekest of it. I've read this already, haven't I? Yeah. Hey, you! Where's Danny? Why do you return alone, Rachel Gardner? And what became of Zack? Did you leave him behind? No. Zack can't move, so I just came looking for some medicine to treat his wounds. I know that Dr. Danny came to this floor and has medicine. That's why. Oh, Danny, is it? That man is on a rampage of mindless self-indulgence. I truly wonder when his downward spiral began. Ah, come to think of it. Danny is the one who brought thee here. Speechless, are we? Never mind that. Is there no medicine here? Where did Danny go with the medicine? It appears Danny is not himself. He briefly revealed himself to me, though. His current whereabouts? Only God knows. Although he had let his selfishness get the best of him, I took several vials of medicine from him. Then you know where I can find some. Indeed. Please let me have it. Do you really think it can be obtained so easily, Rachel Gardner? You would point that chipped knife of Zack's at me with trembling hands? How did you know this was Zack's knife? Oh, I know. 'Twas I who brought him here. Though look at him. His body is a battered, tattered, bloody mess. And thou had deceived him, foul demon. Wait, what? Witch. No. This is... What are you doing? Now what? Rachel. What hast thou done to them? Danny was a smart and sensible man, which is exactly why he knew this place like the back of his hand and refrained from self-indulgent conduct. And what about Isaac? He is quite simple, to rephrase it, quite pure. And now he is treated horribly, greatly suffering to grant your wish to die by his hand. Wouldn't you agree this all transpired since your encounter? I haven't done anything. You are an enigma, Rachel. Just who are you? Not willing to answer? Let me remind you that you stand before God. Aha! Just as I suspected, you have no true faith in God. No. I believe in following the word of God. Then, why is that? Why do you feel that way? 'Tis not that you will not answer. 'Tis that you cannot answer, correct? Rachel Gardner. Your heart is smeared by deceit, simply by virtue of the belief that God has chosen you. And you are a witch who means to deceive my angels. No! Well then, you shall be put on... Whoa! That went fast. I shall be put on trial. God desires the pure, and you are charged with being a witch who hast deceived my angels. In any case, you must be cleansed. I am not a witch. Nay, you are a witch who forged a pact with Isaac, are you not? My promise with Zack is a sworn oath to God. Huh, you would even dare to use God as your shield. Then let me emphasize what you need not forget. 'Tis not your choice to make, but that of God's. Now we shall contest thee. Let the trial commence. Is anyone present to testify against this person? There sure is, right here. Wait, what? Ah. Hello, Kathy. Hello, all. I'm your witness. I'll testify why this wonderful sinner is such a cruel, heartless woman. Hold it, don't leave me out. Eddie! I could testify all day about what makes Rachel so lovely. Yeah. But knowing how stubborn she is, I'm more in the mood to humiliate her. I'm the only one who can testify for who she really is. Danny? Ah, Rachel, rest assured as I'm here in your corner. I don't know if I would be reassured by that. At all, actually. I'm here to defend you. Remember, I'm on your side. Testimonial triumvirate of sorts. Very well. Each shall take a turn giving a testimony. Now, who shall go first? Me! Reverend, pick me to go first! Huh? That's not fair, Kathy. I called firsties. No offense, Eddie, but that's just not gonna happen. I'm first in line. Why, oh why, you didn't even give a reason. The biggest victim of this woman's villainy is moi. Unlike you creeps, I didn't become sickly infatuated with her from the start. Oh God, why you gotta be so hysterical all the time? It's quite a mouth you have, Kathy. I look forward to your testimony. Make haste, I grow impatient. Have the witnesses reached a decision yet? Yes, Reverend, I will be going first. Oh man, you always gotta get your way. Alright, Eddie, let's take our leave for now. You may begin your testimony, Catherine Ward. I got this in the bag. Listen well, ladies and gentlemen. This demon may look like an innocent, gentle woman on the outside, but her heart is as black as charcoal, a bona fide witch. I am not. Case in point, she lies through her teeth. Calm and collected, pathological liar. Is there any evidence in thine testimony to prove Rachel a witch? Yes, like you wouldn't believe. I was cast down from my position as a condemner by her malicious hand. There I was, sitting high and mighty, watching the torture unfold. Then Zack proceeded to slash himself because this woman told him something. One could say that Isaac Foster's stature as a sinner was also crippled by this meddling woman. The whole display was so pathetic that it made me furious. I ventured down to meet them head on. Then, what do you think this woman does without batting an eyelash? She shoots me. A condemner outfoxed and shot by a sinner. That's not something that should ever happen. That woman's nothing but a wily wolf in sinful sheep's clothing. I mean, how could she? Cast me down to such a horrid place. Only a demon could do such a thing. You've been doing it to people for God knows how long. Not really. I have no memory of intentionally outfoxing you or destroying your reputation. You did too destroy it, you demon. And do you have any idea what hurts most of all? She enjoyed shooting me. I'm fairly sure she didn't. I enjoyed it, but I'm fairly sure Ray didn't. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a witch we're dealing with. I vote for water torture. Hehe. Of course you do. I want to see you struggle and squirm. Give me a rush of excitement that even surpasses last time. Do you want to see it that badly? Huh? Do you truly want that to happen to me? I've heard enough. Huh? Reverend, we still haven't sentenced her yet. You are not the sentencer, Catherine Ward. Besides, what do you seek from someone who you deem to be a witch? Excitement. That will be all. Moving on, I call the next witness. State your testimony against her. Hey Eddie, what do you have to say? Yippee! It's finally my turn! He's so adorable. You guys are all so self-centered. Try and have a little compassion. Right, Rachel? Edward Mason, are you capable of testifying against this person? Yep, Reverend, I sure am. I'll go over the good and the bad about her. Then begin. Rachel is such a cutie. Her voice is like a songbird's, my favorite type of voice. Dad, and she's kinda like me. We're also close in age as well. Plus, the way she knows exactly what she wants and goes for it. Which is exactly why I should have met you earlier, Rachel. I knew who you were. But the reason I fell for you was, because I knew that you were a lot like me. Rachel, I know what you did. It was you who buried the bird on B6, right? Yes. That's why I was convinced we'd have chemistry. Not to mention that you spoke of wanting to die, the perfect wish for me. But Rachel, you got a bit stubborn, didn't you? You didn't listen to anything I had to say. I tried so hard to charm my way into your heart in so many ways. Everything was for you, Rachel. Okay, he's gone from cute to kind of creepy. I guess he was kind of creepy from the start, but it was no use. Even though you never accepted my advances, I held out in hopes that you'd eventually say yes. I even came to sweep you off your feet in total darkness, too. And after all that, guess what happened to me? I was slashed by Zack and left all by my lonesome in a grave. I like graves and all, but that wasn't the ending I desired at all. But that's where I finally realized the biggest thing that sets us apart. I really wanted Rachel. Everything I did was for her. But Rachel was different. Rachel did everything for herself and herself only. How mean, you meanie! Her sugary whispers about wanting to be killed were all for her sake only. How truly self-centered and selfish. I'm stubborn. Oh, so stubborn. I also have no clue why you'd pick Zack over me. This is probably just Rachel being selfish again. She shows no regard for anyone's happiness. And that got me thinking. Isn't all of that something that a witch would do? Right? Don't you think so, Rachel? Not really. That's why I vote that Rachel be sentenced to hang in a spike-laden pit of death. Straight down the pit she'll go, and only then will I make her happy. What? Are you angry? Sorry, but it's all your fault. Talk to me. Don't ignore me. Enough. What? But wait, Rachel hasn't answered me about anything yet. You are being misguided by the likes of a witch, Edward Mason. A witch can see right through a heart that embraces and fears her. That will be all. This trial is weird. An unyielding witch you are. I am not a witch. Moving on, I called the next witness. State thine testimony against her. Thought you said you were on my side. Are the ridiculous testimonies over now? Hey, Rachel, you seem at ease, no? Are you relieved I'm here? Daniel Dickens, you are willing to testify? Yes, of course, Reverend. I mean, somebody's gotta do a decent job of testifying for Rachel. I must be the one to sing Rachel's praises. Hey, Rachel, you know I never misunderstand you, right? Then begin. To be truthful, it's ridiculous to testify about something so plain as the light of day. That's how much everyone misunderstands Rachel. It all started in the therapy room where I first met her. At the time, I was looking for the perfect pair of peepers. Living peepers forever frozen in death. Naturally, even dead peepers would do, but they get all cloudy. But it was not meant to be. After all, an average Joe's peepers change immediately depending on their emotional state. Despair to hope, disappointment to malice. Well, it comes with my profession. At the time, I was in charge of counseling her. Looking back on it now makes me so happy. Never have I seen such magnificent, such fascinating peepers. Such blue, murky, and tranquil lakes among darkness. Enough to steal my heart. You're nuts. Then, during one of my sessions with her, the most obvious thing occurred to me. Her peepers were the very ones I sought, alive and forever frozen in death. I mean, there's no arguing that her heart is just odd. A pitiful, helpless soul. Will you stand still? Daniel Dickens. Is what I say not true? Daniel. There's no way her soul could ever be saved. Danny? I mean, it's because her soul. Stop it. Huh? Her soul can't be saved. I mean, because her soul consumes others. Without mercy. or remorse. A soul that buries and steals anything it can. What's wrong, Rachel? Oh, what lovely peepers you have. May I look at them? Oh, and when we were reunited on B5, she was acting a bit strange. Even now, she seems off, though. Look, now you're almost back to your old self. Everything will be alright as long as I'm here. Why don't we get through this together? Daniel Dickens. Yeah, bring him to order. Sorry, is that your testimony? I could go in more detail about what makes her so wonderful if you'd like. No need for that. I think I've heard more than enough. Not to mention, your testimony was rather condemning. Witness, you may now leave. It'll be alright, Rachel. You heard me, right? I said the real you shouldn't have its soul stolen. Huh? Okay, so he got the flash of light and then just walked off the stage. Rachel Gardner. Your sentence has been determined. You too heard the claims by each of them. Danny's was especially telling. He is the most in tune with your background. It was certainly Danny who watched over you the longest. And it was Danny who bore witness to the truth and never refuted you. He is no doubt infatuated with you, sorceress. None of that is my fault. Dr. Dan is just being selfish. Have you ever considered that you are the selfish one, Rachel Gardner? Eddie said so in his testimony, about how you neglect everything besides your own ambitions. And then there's Kathy. What an unfortunate soul. On top of tricking her to go as far as to entrance her in your spell. To see a woman of pride like her reduced to an empty shell of her former self, how appalling. You are a witch. So you keep saying, and I still don't agree with you. No. Am I wrong? You are unable to even refute a single claim made against thee. Well, witch, let thee be cleansed. Now the witch shall be burned at the stake. Zack, where are you? I kinda need you. I am not a witch. Who would believe words spilling forth from the mouth of a witch? You're not listening to a word I'm saying, are you? No. Even after hearing the testimonies, you remain steadfast in your claim. You murdered their hearts. Yes, you murdered their angelic hearts. None of them were angels to begin with. Let's just make that very clear. Neither of them were angels to begin with. They were all kind of psychotic to begin with. You played them like violins and left them for dead. What a barbaric feat. And now, you plan to pull the same stunt even with Isaac Foster, am I right? Yes, another sacrifice for your selfish ambitions. Stop it, you're wrong. Now,